How's it going, everyone? It is Drago. We're back with another chapter of Fairy Tale 100 Year Quest, chapter 139, The Gold Owl Threat. For this chapter, we have a very cute cover page with Jalal and Urza cooking together, which I didn't initially notice it, but Natsu and Happy are in the background, and I love that Happy's doing the whole "you're in love" thing. Just kind of based on how Jalal and Urza are cooking together, Jalal seems pretty confident in what he's making, and Urza seems like this is completely brand new to her. I kind of love the idea that these two are just like cooking together randomly, and like this is a thing that they do. Probably helps that I just really like cooking, and it's just fun to see these characters, cooking. I absolutely love this cover. I think it's very cute to see, them cooking. We pick up the chapter with the evil version of Fairy Tale. You immediately get Juvia just jumping straight onto Gray, and he denies that this is not Juvia, and he says that this is not Juvia, you all are not our Fairy Tale. And then he happens to accidentally grab Juvia, and he's like, oh my goodness, this isn't an illusion, this is actually a real body, oh no. Pretty much Natsu does exactly what I thought, that once he found out that these are all fake, he's gonna have no problem punching them whatsoever. And he even specifically calls out Gildarts, Loxus, and Urza, which I find hilarious, because then like Urza's right behind him, and she's like, Natsu, I'm right here. And Lucy's just in the background as well, freaking out, like, why are you calling out the strong ones? I find it hilarious that out of all the people here, that Jalal's the one that says, they're your guildmates. Are you reluctant to hurt them? The two people that respond to it is Natsu and Urza saying, nah, it's fine. We do this all the time. And they immediately go kick, and Urza just like straight up pulls out a sword and is stabbing them. Lucy is gonna go punch Levy, which at first I thought she was gonna fight Gajiel because it's Gajiel that grabs her. And of course this evil version of Fairy Tale tries to make Lucy feel bad, because you get this evil version of Gajiel saying, you'd hit a pregnant lady, you're the absolute worst. Which this evil version of Levy, I wonder if she got this from her man, to where she does an attack just screaming and those words come out, kind of almost like a Dragon Slayer roar. I find this kind of hilarious just because it actually makes sense that she's able to do this with her solid script, and I'm actually kind of shocked she hasn't tried to do this before, because that seems like an actual pretty good attack. So with Lucy getting hit with that attack, it distracts Natsu for a split second, and he gets hit by the evil version of Loxus, and Gray gets consumed by the evil version of Juvia, and Urza and Jalal get finished off by the evil version of Gildarts, which has Urza being separated from everyone, and you get someone saying to her that the master created those bodies from alchemy, and this world was created by us, and that being the Signaro sisters. And they're calling this world Purgatory, because once you fall in, that's it for you, because you can't go back until you've burned up in the flames of hell. They both seem to not have that much interest in Urza, especially since they've already fought her once before, with them even saying they have no particular interest in her. But these are the master's orders, and we're going to have some fun with you. We cut over to Lucy and Gray, which I just want to straight up say, I love this matchup. Lucy and Gray have never really had a team up before, so this is such a fun team up. I love the concern that they have for each other, because they ask each other if they're okay, and they get some enemies approaching, that being Genai and Kotetsu. Very big mistake on their part that they don't even consider Lucy a threat. Even she gets insulted by it, with her saying, excuse me? This is my favorite moment in the whole chapter, because I love Gray's response to this, with him saying, if you underestimate our writer, you will be in trouble. Which segues into Lucy's response, with her saying, that's right, when I write my autobiography, I'm going to make you guys sound bad. Which I love the kind of chibi version that they made of her, saying that. Just that little bit with them acknowledging that Lucy's an actual writer. So we cut over to Jalal, and he's going to be facing God Serene, which Jalal just pretty much gives a complete backstory for God Serene about how he was a wizard saint, went to Alvarez, died, now he's a puppet. I like that Jalal gave him all these achievements, he's doing his little poses, and then God Serene's like, well, who are you? And you get the cold side of Jalal coming back here, because I love Jalal's response in this moment, with Jalal saying that he's the biggest sinner in Ishgar. And with that, we cut over to Natsu, and he's confused as to what's going on here, because he's like, I got hit with Lox's lightning and then I'm here? Like, what the heck's going on? Well, as he's walking around, he finds Wendy, Happy, and Carla, and just as he notices them, someone in the distance is saying, you came to get the girl and, you know, the cats and all their magic back. And it turns out that person is the guild master Duke, and he's not being nice because he doesn't want to give, you know, their magic back, but he has something to offer Natsu instead. Which it isn't exactly an offer for Natsu, it's more of a threat. He's alchemized a new power with the magic that he took, that being Athena number 2, which he's in Sky Shadow Dragon mode, which he used Wendy's Sky Dragon Slayer magic and Rogue Shadow Dragon magic to power this version of Athena, but this one has zero feelings whatsoever, and he would like to add Fire Dragon Slayer magic to it. Then Duke starts to brainstorm the way that he's gonna call this mode, and you get the second version of Athena going to attack Natsu immediately and try and steal his power. I feel like Natsu is gonna be able to, you know, do this pretty easily, because I feel like he could beat Wendy, and he's already beat Rogue once before. So he gets pushed back, and with that we cut back over to Urza. I love her challenge to the Signaro sisters, that she says, I can't leave until the flames of hell burn me up. Well, I guess we'll see who gets burned up then. And with that we cut back over to Natsu once again, kind of a weird framing there, and he's lighting up his fist saying, I'm all fired up. And that is the end of our chapter. So my thoughts. I very much enjoyed this chapter. I really like the matchups we're getting here. I think my favorite part of the chapter is the Lucy and Gray being as a team now, and I love that Gray wants to support Lucy as a writer. Also, just kind of a side note, is this the first time that Lucy acknowledged that she's writing an autobiography? Because that's kind of cool. I kind of like that she's writing something new. Additionally, you get the Battle of the Wizard Saints with Godzarine and Jalal, which I am very interested in their matchup. Unless if Jalal's got something new up his sleeve, I don't know how entirely he's going to win that match, because, you know, Gajil lost pretty badly and he's really strong. Urza, not too sure as to what she's going to do against the Signaro sisters, because she went up against them once before and she was pretty helpless against them. And to be honest, she probably will win this fight because of the most common reason that Urza wins any fight, and that is because Urza. But I do like her threats against the Signaro sisters, because I definitely feel like she's going to carry them out. And then Natsu versus Duke and Athena number 2. I feel like Natsu's going to beat the second Athena pretty much no problemo. It's very debatable on if this version of Athena can use enchantments, because if she can, that's going to be a problem. But if not, I'm going to say the Sky Dragon Slayer magic is not going to do too much. And again, he already beat Rogue, which the Rogue that he beat had Sting's power as well. So honestly, I feel like Natsu should be able to pull it off. But the biggest problem is, yes, he could probably defeat the Athena, but he still has to fight Duke, which I imagine that will be quite the problem in of itself. So what are your guys' thoughts on this chapter? I really enjoyed this one. I think we're getting to have some very fun fights on the horizon. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I posted a review of the second chapter of Dead Rock, so if you're interested in other Hiro Mashima stuff, go check that out. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and this is Drago, signing out.